Do you spend a lot of time studying but feel like it doesn't help your exam performance? Do you think that your test went well only to find out you failed it? At one time or another, we can all relate to feeling this way. In this video, I am going to help you improve your metacognition, which is a strategy that expert students use either consciously or unconsciously to ace their classes. Metacognition is thinking about how you think and learn. It is the knowledge and control of your cognitive processes which allows you to be more aware of your learning. Metacognition is not just thinking about what to learn, but also about how to learn. In the next few minutes, I will give you some steps that you can follow and the most important study technique you can use to be mindful of what you know, what you need to know, and how best to approach your learning. The metacognitive process consists of 3 stages. Number 1, plan. Number 2, monitor. Number 3, evaluate. Plan. In this stage, you are figuring out what you are trying to achieve and how you are going to achieve it. The goals you set can be small tasks, such as finishing your homework by tonight or paying full attention during class time. Once you know what you want to achieve, you can think about what study methods you are going to use to be the most effective learner you can be. Is it taking notes, reviewing lecture slides, working with a friend, reading your textbook, or perhaps taking practice tests? It is imperative to know what you are working towards and how you are planning to reach that goal. Just like you take some time to consciously think and plan for a trip, a date, or a party, you should do the same for your study sessions. Monitor. In this stage, you are observing the progress you are making while following the set plan. Ask yourself questions like, how am I doing? Do I understand what I am reading? Am I on track with the goal that I set for myself? If you find yourself getting distracted, try to create situations that increase your odds of focusing on the task at hand and reduce the odds of you getting distracted. If your phone buzzing is preventing you from finishing your homework, put it on Do Not Disturb or keep the phone in another room. If you find yourself zoning out during a lecture, start taking notes that summarize the teacher's points, forcing you to think of the material being taught to put it in your own words. One great way to monitor your progress and mindset is using mindfulness. This is the quality of being aware of the contents of your mind, and it is most easily cultivated through meditation. If monitoring is proving to be difficult for you, you might consider checking out the Holistic Learning Meditation series. Even feeling the sensations of a single breath coming in and out can help you to regain some mindfulness and recognize what it is that is getting you distracted. Evaluate. Compare the results to your original goal and modify your approach for your next task. Ask yourself questions like, did I achieve my goal? Is there anything I didn't understand? What should I do differently next time to be a better student? If you have poor outcomes, can you attribute this to suboptimal planning or a lack of consistent monitoring? Suboptimal planning could be something like not allocating enough time to do a task or choosing a study technique that does not work for you. The lack of monitoring could be because of a lack of motivation and willpower to execute your plan. These are just some common examples, but hopefully you get the point. In the evaluating stage, you are trying to understand what worked well and what could use some adjustment. There is always room for improvement, even if you achieved or surpassed your goals and expectations. By following the plan, monitor, and evaluate cycle, you will become a more effective learner. In the beginning, it might seem time-consuming to consciously have to think about all of this in addition to actually studying. But don't worry. After repeated practice for a week or two, this process will become second nature and will actually improve your efficiency. While it might feel like you have a good understanding of your learning process, certain things can easily be overlooked. Many students use ineffective study techniques that make them more vulnerable to metacognitive errors. For instance, most students' favorite study method is rereading notes or textbooks. This often gives students the feeling that they know the material, as they can easily recall the information while reading their study material. They then have the illusion that they are ready for the test because the source of material is right in front of them whenever they get stuck. Furthermore, students often mistake being able to remember a definition for fully understanding the material. The most important study technique to avoid this trap and gauge your comprehension is self-testing. You do not want your exam to be the first time you realize how well you know the material. Research indicates that self-testing of class material results in superior recall compared to an equivalent period spent rereading. Answering textbook questions, taking time to review problem sets given by your teacher, or taking a practice exam from the previous years is the best way to gauge how much you know and find gaps in your learning. To use the metacognitive framing, this will allow you to get an idea of whether your understanding of the material is shallow or thorough. Sadly, very few students actually do practice tests, and a small portion of them actually do it right. Many students who take practice tests just answer the questions and check whether it is right or wrong. If they see that they got a question right, they just move on to the next one without seeing if that was one of the questions that they were unsure about. Research has shown that getting feedback on why the answer is right or wrong helps you remember things for longer and improves your confidence going into a test. So take some time to go through the practice test to analyze your answers more deeply. If you do not have easy access to questions, you can either ask your teacher to provide you with some, or use some other methods that come close to mimicking self-testing. These include thinking aloud, writing topic summaries, and explaining concepts to family or friends. These are good alternatives as they help you discern what you do and don't actually know. There are many other techniques that allow you to improve your metacognition, such as the Pomodoro method, note-taking strategies, setting SMART goals, and much more. You can find videos on these topics in the Learning Strategies video library. I hope you learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.